So it's just about 2024. I mean, we all know it was coming. We all knew it was around the corner. But I have to say the fact that it's in a few business days it's actually crazy and it's a little uncalled for. So let's chat. So chances are you're on this video because you see a need for improvement. And I just have to say that is really admirable. To even recognize that there's area for improvement, it takes a lot of work. And you know me, I eat up this type of content. I make this type of content, even if it's once a year. But sometimes when I watch these videos, I feel so much pressure to like lose 15 pounds by 11:59 p.m. on December 31st. And that's just so scary. So this video it's really for all of you that want to do it in the most realistic and sustainable way possible. You know, every year I look back and I realize, wow, you were so dumb because there's so much more to be learned. So this is the perfect video for you if you're trying to become the best version of yourself. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to touch on is before we could even look ahead at 2024, I think it's so important to be able to look back. Something that I realized in looking back is that when we notice that we didn't hit certain goals, a lot of it comes out of self-sabotage, because self-sabotage means staying in your comfort zone, doing the things that feel normal to you. But in order to hit any type of goal, whether it's like, I don't know, taking a academic class, meeting physical goals, all of those things require you to get outside of your comfort zone, which is so hard for us. Like, it's so easy to stay stuck in your comfort zone and do the things that feel natural to you. But when you're doing that, you are actually blocking your blessings. So I think for 2024, identify where you self-sabotage the most, and you know, getting out of that is so difficult, but it'll be so worth it. So just for some context, this past year I worked a lot. I worked 3 jobs, which was great for my career, but it wasn't great for me personally. Like, it took a lot of time and honestly happiness away from me. So one thing that I'm doing is trying new things. Something that's so important for me is to get out of the house when I'm not working. And this might not be realistic for you if you're a mom or, you know, you're a student that you're always busy, but if you can find, you know, time once every quarter, once every few months to just go outside and try something new, that'll open so many new doors for you. For example, we're gonna go to a fitness class, and I haven't done this in years because honestly, I just never thought of myself as that girl, like the girl that goes to fitness classes. But when I tell myself these negative things, I just box myself into that type of person that just isn't that type of girl. So, you know, today I'm envisioning myself as that girl, and this is gonna allow me to get closer to my physical goals because, as you know, I run up the home workouts. I've been doing that for the past 3 years, and you know, it's allowed me to maintain a lot of what I worked hard for, but I haven't really moved forward and seen any more progression. And it's even bigger than that. It's also just mentally being able to do something for myself outside of work, outside of family. It just feels really good. So I'm actually really nervous to go, but this is me getting outside of my comfort zone. So let's go. Okay, I must say the internet is a really crazy and fake place because here I am glorifying the subway, but it's actually a very scary sight. Like, anything could happen at any given time. So let me do myself a favor and put my camera away. But also, this whole class that I'm going to, it's Beyonce themed, but this is the live version of her album. Does Beyonce know about this? Probably not. That was absurd. So now that the class is done, I can honestly say I've never felt that much pain before, but see, like, being that uncomfortable is gonna push me to want to work even harder. But anyway, one thing that I learned this year is cooking at home has made the world of a difference in my skin, the way I feel, like it's all correlated. So I say you find your favorite meal and you make the healthy and nutritious version of that. And that doesn't mean that you have to cut out carbs or all the good stuff. It's just all in moderation. Also, we're only getting older. So, you know, the food that you put in your body right now is gonna make the world of a difference down the line. So let's go grocery shopping. So I thought I was done talking, and then I did my makeup and I realized, oh, I'm actually never done talking. But no, honestly, I have just learned a lot this year. So let me just tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. So let's talk about the most important thing that has actually gotten me so far this year, and I'm so thankful that I adopted this concept in my life, and that is putting yourself first. And it may sound so simple, but there's actually so much more to it. So I'll give you a quick example. If you're anything like me, maybe some years you set these really big goals that sound so amazing to achieve, but come the end of the year in December, you realize, oh my god, I didn't reach these goals, which is okay, but honestly, it's kind of disheartening and discouraging, and it doesn't really feel the best. And I feel like we reach those points sometimes because we actually didn't put ourselves first. So sometimes these goals that we want to hit sound so glorifying and so amazing, and sometimes it's pure delusion, just thinking about the destination and where you'll be once you hit the goal. But behind all that delusion, I think we also need to understand and practice the concept of discipline, which is honestly really hard. It takes so much mental strength, but once you can master the concept of discipline, you'll be able to break down your goals into smaller steps so that you're more aware of all the work that's required to hit those goals. And maybe come next year, you'll actually see your goals come into fruition, or part of your goals come into fruition, because you put the time in, you put the work in, you knew that there was background work that needed to be done, which is obviously really hard, but so worth it, because nothing good comes easy, as we all know. So I feel like sometimes when we're setting these goals, we just have to really understand what discipline looks like, and it looks different for everybody. Maybe you want to go back to school. Well, discipline can mean just like applying and going to the administration office and filling your papers, or discipline could look like wanting to hit 5,000 or 10,000 steps a day. So maybe you need to wake up an hour earlier. And again, it's hard because life is busy. Like if you're like me, you're working, you live a normal life. So trying to find that time in your day is so difficult. But if you're really hard set on specific goals, then it's just about finding the steps that you need to take so that come next year, you can actually take those steps and see your goals actually become achieved, which is going to feel so good. So with that, I think something that goes hand in hand and is the second point that I wanted to touch on is idea of understanding what your weaknesses are. It takes a lot of hard work to look at yourself outside in and be like, that's a really bad trait of mine that I want to fix. It means that you have to face the truth, but trust me, it'll be so worth it. And sometimes the crazy thing is that our weaknesses are actually so simple, and that's okay because that's manageable. Like if you have trouble going to sleep early because you're up scrolling on your phone, it's something that we all do. That's manageable. You know what you can do to put in place. But I think something that's even bigger than that, and something that I've seen in myself and in almost every single person that I've talked to, is a bigger weakness, which is always caring about what other people think. And it's so insane how much that can control your life, because for example, if you want to go back to school, if you want to change your career and you're so hung up on what other people are going to think, that's a really sad life to live, because when you do that, you'll actually never hit your goal because you're constantly associating this goal with really negative thoughts. It's not something that's exciting because you're constantly worried about everyone else's negative thoughts. And when you turn something exciting into something negative, having no positivity around it, having no encouragement around these types of goals, it's just going to actually set you back, and you're just going to be in the same place every single year. I just turned 24 and I realized, like, wow, we are only getting older, and imagine you were in constant stress about what everyone else thought. That's only doing a disservice to yourself. Like, if you want to publish a book, if you want to change your career, but you're so worried about what family or friends are going to think, then you're actually living a life for them and you're not living a life for you. And come next year, you'll be in the same place. So this is just your sign to literally go for it and only think about yourself, because everything else is truly outside noise. And the third and final thing that has also been really pivotal this year, the idea of becoming unimaginable, but unimaginable for yourself. So I'll be honest, I love this type of content. I watch it all the time, but something that stuck out to me and didn't make me feel good is a lot of content creators will say, like, become unimaginable for others. And that's actually really sad, because when you are hoping to hit certain goals so that you could impress other people or become unrecognizable to other people, you're actually creating an even bigger void within yourself, because you're constantly seeking validation from other people. And that is a really sad life to live. Like I said, we're getting older, and if you have certain goals that are tied to what other people will think of you and are tied to other people being impressed by you, it's so unproductive. So I just wanted to reel things back and emphasize the point of becoming unimaginable for yourself, and that is what will actually create a really fulfilling and happy life for you.